it going? How's life?
It's well. I'm busy, but stress-free. So a big difference in where I was when I was in the Obama administration.
Yeah, you look great.
Thank
you look
you.
very relaxed.
I feel good.
Okay, so what do you do when you're back home for fun?
Eat, usually. I had Sunday dinner with my mother this past week, and all of my extended family come over every single Sunday. She has minimum 20 people to dinner.
Let's talk about your latest big news, and that is the second annual United States of Women Summit in LA. Let's talk about what's happening this year. It seems like the perfect time for it.
There's been so much momentum on the ground, so many amazing women really figuring out how to tackle this issue of gender equity. The way I look at this, Val, is again, through the lens of a single mom. What was important to me? I wanted to have equal pay because I wanted to know that I was valued the same as the men who were competing at my level. This is not a crack on the men, but I do believe that if more women were represented in Congress, if we had women who were actually running for office in either the House or the Senate, we would make better decisions as a country.
Tell us some of the big names that'll be attending.
Well, two of my favorite are Jane Fonda. And not only is she an incredible celebrity and 80 years young and looks fabulous, but she also goes to Michigan and knocks on doors and gets women engaged in issues. And then another one of my favorites is Brittany Packnett. Brittany was one of the original organizers of the demonstrations in Ferguson. She's from Teach for America. She's now moved to the DC area, but very much engaged in leading young people towards changing their communities.
Well, one woman who is engaging every time she steps to the mic is Michelle Obama. Will she be at the summit? Because she was at the inaugural one with Oprah.
She was, and I don't have any news to report to you about her, but I can tell you that both Mrs. Obama and President Obama are very, very involved with the issue of gender equity and how we create that even playing field so every young person can achieve their dream.
Let me ask you this. Have you extended an invite to Melania or Ivanka Trump for this summit?
Well, you know what? The way this summit is working, anybody who wants to participate can go online and sign up.
I think these hashtags and these movements all kind of go, they're layers. They all go hand in hand, because when you talk about that, the Me Too, the hashtag Me Too movement, and then Time's Up, they're so powerful. Now there's She Matters.
Exactly.
You know, how can we sustain these hashtags and these movements and keep them going?
That is actually the critical piece here. And I think social media can be such an important organizing tool, and it allows people to continue to be engaged without always having to travel to go to a particular city. You can get on your social media wherever you are and get engaged and get involved, and then you can also show up. And so we're hoping that social media helps us spread word, just like I'm coming on your show about coming to Los Angeles. But if you can't be there, participate digitally.
At this point in your life, which title do you like better? Valerie Jarrett Senior Advisor, Valerie Jarrett Activist?
That's easy. Activist. Activist, yeah. And I think part of what's, as I said, the joy of where I am right now in my life is that I get to be out and about around the country, meeting with these amazing people who are doing such important work.
Presidential Obama Center. Let's talk about that. How excited are you?
I'm so excited because it's important to the Obamas that this be such an asset to our city, and that it be a jewel for our city, and that everyone will take pride in it and come to it and celebrate its success. It's so funny because people say, well, you know, what are you going to do, and how do we know that this center is going to be really great? It's like, this is our neighborhood. These are our neighbors.
We know it's going to be nice.
You know it's going to be nice. And I will say this.
Or as the kids say, it's going to be dope.
It's going to be dope, because we are woke.
I think, here's my suggestion.
Yes.
If he needs any help sealing the deal, he's got to come on Windy City Live.
You think so? That would do it? Would that push it over?
Anybody who has any hint of opposition, once they see him on Windy City Live set, of course, with the First Lady and you too, I think once they hear him for an hour on Windy City Live, it's a done deal.
How did you get to be so subtle?
I mean, am I right or wrong here?
I think you're actually right.
Let's talk about you and this book.
Yes.
That you're working on.
My goodness, that's an undertaking.
Okay.
It is, but I'll tell you how it came about. So maybe about 2 years ago, my daughter Laura interviewed me for a program. And it was StoryCorps, which is oral histories. And we'd given her a bunch of questions, and she said, let me ask my own question. And the first question she asked me is, Mom, what would you tell a 25 or 30-year-old Valerie Jarrett?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I thought so, and so that's what prompted me. And so I really want to write a book that talks about kind of life lessons and the circuitous path my career has taken, about adventure, about the fact that when you look back over your life, the questions you're going to ask yourself is, did I have it all, but was it whole? Was it meaningful? Did I really make roots into people and into community? Was I a force for good? And those are the kinds of things that I want to talk about, because at age 25 or 30, I would have had no idea that I would be sitting here, but I took some risks. And I think sometimes people are afraid of failure, and they don't take risks. And I want people to feel empowered to look at life as this adventure, this journey, and that the journey that will be shaped by the decisions they make. And even the bad ones, and I've made some bad ones.
Oh, we all have.
You bounce back, and you're resilient, and you learn from it, and you learn to laugh at yourself as the years go by. And in the end, hopefully, it's a life well led. So that's the story I want to tell.
When's it coming out? What's the title?
Next spring. I'm working on a title. I'm open to suggestions.
Oh, you just said, what did we just say? Something woke. Something woke. Stay woke.
Stay woke.
Take risk. Take risk. Stay woke. I don't know. There's something there.
There is. So I'm playing with it. I got to finish it first, though.
Yeah, you do.
Then I'll figure out the title when it's done.
Right, and it'll come to you. Many of the authors that we've interviewed, sometimes they say it comes to them right away, and then sometimes they have to just go back through it, and then it just hits them.
Yeah.
But what I love that you're going to talk about in the books, and I think this is such an important message for everybody, is about risk.
Yes.
Because you don't want to go through life safe, and then you think, well, what if I had done that, or I should have done that? You got to try.
I honestly have no what ifs in my life. None whatsoever. Not one what if. I mean, and it's because I got comfortable getting outside of the comfort zone. And it took me a minute. It took some pushing and some prodding by people who loved me and mentored me, because you get used to doing something and then you say, well, let me just keep doing what I'm good at. And you have to stretch. I used to be shy. If anybody had told me 30 years I would go on television and feel comfortable talking to you, I'd say it would never happen.
You used to be shy?
Painfully shy. I mean, really, when I got called on in class, I would just dread it. I never did public speaking at all. And when I worked for Mayor Daley and I was a commissioner of planning and development, a part of my job, which they didn't tell me ahead of time, was giving speeches. And so I had to get out there and learn how to do it. And you know what? The more I did it, the more comfortable I became. And so that's part of it as well, is that you think you can't do something until you try. Yeah. And the first time, was I great? No. But I got better because I really worked at it.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I can't wait for it.
Good.
All right. Any surprises in the book?
Well, of course.
Oh, of course. One that you'd like to reveal here on Windy City Live?
No. But when I come back promoting the book, then I'll tell you what the surprise is.
When the book comes out and you do the book on tape, will you have George Clooney narrate it?
Love George. Probably not. I think I have to turn him down. I'm sure he will want to do it, but I think I have to narrate myself. So it's in my voice, but that's not a bad idea. Maybe I could get him to come and just sit with me while I do it. Keep me company.
Keep you company. Why is he your celebrity crush, so to speak?
Because not only is he a celebrity on camera, but he's really a good and decent person off camera. He's taken that celebrity power and he's applying it to be a force for good. And whether it's in Africa or whether it's supporting these young activists who are trying to end gun violence, he shows up and he does it in a real and authentic way.